ITC's Divisional CEO for Foods, Hemant Mallik, is with us to discuss all that and more. Hemant, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you taking the time. I guess first question is just that. What do demand conditions look like? We've had a couple of shocks of the economy in the form of demonetization, GST, and that came on top of an economy which wasn't exceptionally strong in any case. What is your assessment?
I think if your question is in terms of what is the impact post GST and therefore the demand conditions post that, I think GST was a known phenomena. All of us knew that it is going to happen, and we had some idea or a good idea that there will be some disruption, and that we did see that happening, and there were destocking that took place. But if I were to look at the last couple of weeks or last month, I think the demand signals are good and things are coming back to normal.
On the supply side, Hemant,
I can see that both happening, both in.
All right. On the supply side, Hemant, sorry to have interrupted you there, but just understanding how much of your supply chain may have been disrupted.
As I mentioned, you see, the way I look at it is that, demonetization was something that happened suddenly, so it became difficult for everybody to respond to. But as far as GST is concerned, it was a well-informed situation, and we knew that we deal with a large number of small retailers and wholesalers. And there was a lot of effort taken in terms of educating them about this GST. We did try to make sure that, we expected some destocking, but we made sure that the trade could recover as quickly as possible. There are certain markets like in South where, we found that the impact was hardly too much. North did get impacted, but as I said that, if you can prepare yourself, you can get an advantage even if there is any kind of a disruption. So I think in terms of supply chain, I don't see any issues happening there. Having said that, at times rural wholesale took some time. But I think particularly in the food space, I think, it's quite okay now.
So would you say that, volume growth has stabilized at levels around, December quarter, March quarter? I know you said you can't talk specific numbers because we are ahead of earnings season, but give us some benchmark with which to assess volume growth and how it stands right now.
Well, December quarter is not the right one to compare with because that was the demonetization quarter. If I were to look at Nielsen numbers coming in, I'm finding that in most of the food categories, the numbers are looking in double digit. Having said that, it also has a base impact because last year around the same quarter, the numbers were not very high. So overall, and if you were to look at category-wise, biscuits is fine. Atta business is also okay, but yes, there are certain categories which have a slightly higher rural dominance where you can see the impact may be, not in the double digits.
And you said that confectioneries is one such category in the past. What is the reason for that? Is it a reflection of weak discretionary spending?
I think that could be also, because the rural dominance is fairly there for a 50 paisa candy and a 1 rupee candy. And as we mentioned that there were some issues which happened in the wholesale channel particularly which feeds into these markets. And therefore that could have been the reason for that impact. But a large amount of packaged foods, excluding maybe biscuits and confectionery, is a lot of it is mostly in the urban markets, and there I find that the numbers are. I think in the next quarter we are quite positive will be even better.
Right, Hemant, you told Mint newspaper that you hope to become the largest packaged food company in 3 years. I presume you're on track for that, but can you give us a bit more detail on what products you're banking on to get there?
I think that discussion happened about a week back, so nothing has changed in the last 1 week. So yes, I would expect that we are on track to continue to grow. I think becoming number one is just an outcome of growth. And if you want to grow, you need to grow in your current products as well as you need to innovate and come up with new product portfolio. In fact, if I were to just look at the last 30 days, And if I were to list down the number of new launches that we have done, we have entered into, we have a, Bingo No Rules has entered the snacking space, competing in the extruded snack space. This product has just got launched in the north, and it's about a 3,000 crore market and growing pretty well. And the market is completely about making sure it's a 5 rupee pack market with toy inside, and I think we've got a very good product in, and I'm sure that will add significantly to my growth of my snacks category. We have just a couple of months back we entered with Mood Masala, which is a variant. I'm saying it's a 15 rupee pack in the instant noodles market. So it's GP Mood Masala, which is a unique, which is the first time where you can have 2 sachets and you can adjust the masala based upon your mood. And it's 15 rupees, while the market is mostly between 10 and 12. So to that extent, it appears premium, but we are getting a very good response, and I think that's going to be a important fulcrum for my growth in the instant noodles market. We have just launched in the biscuit space. We have launched Protein Power biscuit. It is the first of its kind. It's a sattu biscuit. It almost tastes like a besan ka laddu, but it's got much higher content of protein. So that's got into the market. So there is constant new news which comes in from our office.
All right, so lots of new launches there. Is competition getting very intense, Hemant? And I ask specifically in the context of Patanjali, which a lot of people in the FMCG market are a little bit worried about.
I think competition in the business is there in every segment. And one of the aspects of our business is that we are in the packaged food business just for about 15 years. And in 15 years, we have grown to become already the 3rd largest packaged food business, so which is quite creditable, but it's just the beginning, as we say. So there is going to be competition, whether the competition is from multinationals in categories like potato chips, or in the future categories that will be operating in chocolates, or you'll have local competitors in the form of Britannia, Parle, and of course Patanjali. So Patanjali is a new competitor, and I think every competition adds to the market. It grows the market. They spend, more people move to packaged foods, because packaged foods is not very highly penetrated. There are, if I were to look at the atta segment, just about 3 or 4% people are into branded packaged atta. So there's a huge opportunity. So when new people come in, the category grows. And I think with our market standing, with our focus on product quality, as well as we are fairly aggressive in terms of distribution, I think, more competition is good competition.
In the past, you've talked about the juices segment as somewhere where you'd like to grow share. And actually, incidentally, even Patanjali has been talking about getting aggressive in that segment. Any specific concerns for that juices segment, sir?
Juices segment, we have done well. We are now the 3rd largest player. In fact, certain markets we have become the 2nd largest as well. The key competition is between Dabur and Pepsi, but there are a lot of new players who will always enter the juice space. It's also how you define the juice space. There is the nectar and juices, and of course then there are the mango drinks. So there are a large number of players. One more will again, it just will be one more. As far as we are concerned, we are close to about 8-9% market share. We have launched pretty differentiated products, and that is something that we have always pride ourselves in both quality and as well as bringing differentiation to the market. We are the first one to have launched 100% Anarka juice. The second thing that we do is we are moving towards most of our juices will soon become not from concentrate. So they'll be made with Indian fruits, made in India. We are not going to be importing concentrate. And the way concentrate is made, there is a possibility that there will be a lack of taste and maybe the nutritional value. So we are moving, most of our portfolio will be moving towards not from concentrate. So that will be a big differentiator that we are bringing to the market.
All right, so just a last quick question, but you are convinced this is all fair competition, that Patanjali is sort of not playing unfair either on the advertising side or in the way they're marketing their products?
I think the fairness of operation, there are many regulators, FSSAI or ASCI, And I think they have to look at in terms of what is being fair in terms of operating the way people operate, and I don't think I can comment about that. If something is really unfair to me, then there are courts of law where we can go to address our concerns.